Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with One Punch Man. Last time on One Punch Man, we had The Modern Ninja, where there were a group of dudes that wanted to destroy the homes of rich people because they were tired of working, and I guess they were going to create an equal state. I don't know. And they were stopped by this ninja dude who goes, I think by the name of Speed-O-Sound Sonic, and then Saitama was like, hey, these terrorists are bald and they're making me look bad. So he went to go deal with them, and then he fought Sonic, and then at the end he was like, you know, my problem is that I'm not registered as a hero, so nobody recognizes me, you know? So then Saitama and Genos go to get their official hero license, I guess. And yeah, I guess they're going to go take a test or something. It's going to turn into My Hero Academia, I guess. And that was that. So yeah. And also now if they can do this, they can also be paid for their work, which is good. Which again does bring up the question of how did Saitama get paid in the first place if he doesn't have a job? But it's best not to think about it, I think. So, best not to think about it, I think. So, yeah. That's pretty much that. We should go ahead and get right into this episode of One Punch Man, which means if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of One Punch Man, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there. That will take you over to the reaction, and you can watch it. It's just like any other reaction, and then once you're done with that, you can pop right back over here for the discussion. Again, one click away. It's exactly like a normal reaction. Go watch it. Hopefully have a good time. I have a good time, so hopefully you have a good time. Then, again, when you're done with that, you pop right back over here and watch the discussion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of One Punch Man. Here we go. Alrighty, that's episode 5. Good episode. Good episode. I just kicked something under my desk. Good episode. Alright. Okay, so I was wrong. I was wrong about what he was talking about. You know what? I could just go back, listen to it again with subtitles on, so I be sure that I know what they're talking about. Let me just go back here.
Listen to me. A professional hero must always be a beautiful symbol of justice. That is my philosophy. Especially if you're Class S. Come on, there's no need to glare at me. I came all the way here just to see you. How was the certification exam?
It was utter garbage. Such exams are a waste of time. If you came here to fight, get on with it. This, too, is a waste of time.
Being hot-blooded is fine, but if you take it too far, you get burned. I'll forget about your criticism of the association. Thank you for your time. We expect great things from you. Welcome to the team, Genos.
Okay, and what was his name? Hold on. It said it in the subtitles, but I missed it. Okay. My mask. My mask. Okay. So I was wrong. Excuse me. I thought he was talking about, you know, you don't want to be seen with a Class C. I was wrong. So, okay. And I know we always say don't analyze this show, but I gotta think. I gotta think about this. So, it sounds like a My Mask is saying basically like, hey, you gotta be careful, especially with that attitude of yours. You know, you need to present yourself like a hero, and you're not exactly doing that. So, I kicked something under my desk again. So, in response to that, Genos decides that he needs to in order to conduct himself as a hero, he needs to move in with Saitama. In order to figure out how to conduct himself as a hero, he has to basically be with Saitama at all times to learn everything from him. Yes. I think that's it. So, okay. I think. If it's not it, you guys can clarify in the comments. So, okay. Well, it was a really good episode. I really enjoyed that. We can go ahead and hop into the notes. The first thing I wrote down is the hero exam. Again, this it kind of reminds me of My Hero Academia. Honestly, though, it was a very different sort of exam. You know, it was really just, you know, physical strength stuff, you know, which is kind of more like, again, going back to My Hero Academia, earlier on when they did the quirk assessment test with Mr. Aizawa, it was sort of like that. It's like, here, we're doing a bunch of these things, and we'll figure out where to rank you, basically. So I like that. And obviously, it's hilarious that Saitama's perfect at everything physical, you know? Like, he's super fast, he's super strong, he can leap super high and everything. Like, it's just amazing. So I like that. And also, you know, as soon as they mentioned that there's a physical exam and a written exam, as soon as they said that, I was like, oh, I bet you Saitama didn't pass the written exam, you know? Especially, and then when they kept saying it, you know, Genos being like, you know, it was so easy, anyone could have, you know, done perfectly on it. It's like, oh, I bet you he didn't. And sure enough, so yeah. Genos is Class S, which I was kind of thinking, you know, did they do that because of, you know, whatever investigation is going on? But it seems that he did legitimately get into Class S, which is pretty cool. And then Saitama is in Class C, which he can, you know, rise through the ranks and maybe get to Class S. But for right now, he's in Class C, and he's got a long way to go to get there, basically, you know? And they also said earlier in the episode that the top of Class C is Moomin Rider, who we saw last episode. And then this guy, Amai Mask, he's top of Class A, which means that the only person... It basically means the first person above him in the rankings now is Genos, because as rookies they start off at the bottom of their class. So that's pretty interesting. So I like that. And yeah, they also did bring up the investigation. You know, so basically it was that they were investigating the House of Evolution, and then they found its base of operations, and then Genos destroyed it, basically. So that's why they have this interest in Genos. You know, I was kind of thinking, like, is there something else to it? Like, why are they looking for him, you know? But it seemed to be that. And maybe there is more and we just don't know it. But yeah, it's that they were investigating the House of Evolution and then Genos destroyed it. But the two of them did beat Carnage Kabuto, and then they pretty much shut down the House of Evolution. Like, there was no one left. Yeah, there were, you know, the scientist and all his clones, but he was sort of done. He was like, after seeing all that, he was like, okay, I think I'm done here, you know? So yeah, that was interesting. I don't know if we'll have any more with the police investigation, I guess, into Genos, but maybe we will. Maybe we won't, though. I like the origin of the Hero Association, that, you know, it's only been around for 3 years, and it was because this guy's grandchild was being attacked, and he was saved by a bystander, and that was the kid that we saw in the flashback in episode 1 when Saitama saved him. And then it was after that he, you know, started doing all the training and lost his hair and became the One Punch Man. So I like that. That was a really cool... And, you know, they don't really, like... I guess they don't outright say it because Saitama doesn't realize that, you know, that's him, that he's the reason why the Hero Association exists. But I like that little nod, basically, you know? We had talk about aliases, which was interesting. So you don't. It sounds like you don't really pick your hero identity. It's more something that's given to you based on the people, you know? So I like that. I would be very curious as to what Genos and Saitama get. You know, they kind of said, like, oh, well, I could be the blonde cyborg. And Saitama was like, well, I could be the caped baldy, you know? Like, who knows what we're going to get. So I would be curious if Saitama did actually get One Punch Man, you know? He might. I mean, you know, because it's the name of the show, but I don't know. I don't know. It could be, but it could just be the name of the show. Who knows? So, anyway. And then we had the training. So, at first I was, like I said, I was kind of thinking, like, man, Genos, why don't you use this sort of power more often? But I did remember that, you know, Genos wasn't really in last episode because he was being fixed, and he was kind of being upgraded by the one guy. And so these are all of his upgrades now that have made him this much stronger and faster. But even with that, he is not good enough. He is not anywhere close to Saitama's level, which is interesting. And again, I love the contrast because they put in so much effort into the animation of Genos. And then, you know, all these like crazy attacks happen and Saitama basically just immediately dodges out of the way, you know? It's crazy, but I love it. And then, yeah, you know, when it's like, oh, you know, I need you to go all out so I can see, you know, where you are and how far I need to go and stuff. And he does. He gets right up to Genos' face. He doesn't hit him, obviously, because that would have killed him. But, man, that was pretty crazy. And Genos being like, look, even if I do get stronger, I don't know if I can get to his level, you know? So that was pretty crazy. And then, yeah, we had a My Mask who was... Okay, so now I think it's more that, hey, you need to conduct yourself as a hero. At first I was sort of thinking, like, does he mean stop hanging out with Saitama? But no, it's not that, you know, because I was also thinking, like, well, would Genos really do that? Like if someone said, would Genos actually do that? I didn't think so. But no, it's more that he needs to conduct himself like an actual hero, not be so, you know, hot-headed. But the way he wants to go about doing that to become this, you know, this perfect idea of a hero, basically, is he's going to live with Saitama, which is interesting. So I like that, yeah. Just at the end, he comes back with this giant bag. It's like, yes, I want to live here now. No, you cannot. Throws down a ton of money. Will this cover rent? And he's like, yeah, all right, you can come. Yeah, you can be here, sure. So that was really funny. I like that. I also like earlier in the episode when they had the noodle eating contest. I thought that was really funny because, you know, because that's the thing is that Saitama, he's like, what does he always win at? Punching things. If it's anything other than that, he's out. You know, I kind of like that basically. And so Genos is actually a better eater. Of course, that's the thing. You know, he says like, oh, I was going to go for a walk so that I could digest this. I kind of figured that he doesn't need to eat. And, like, you know, he can consume, but it just, like, gets burned or, you know, converted into energy or something, you know? Like, he never gets full. But no, he legitimately has to eat, and he actually ate it. So I like that. But, yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. Another great episode. I'm very curious to see where we go now with our two heroes as heroes. We'll have to see. We will definitely have to see. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my One Punch Man reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.